Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2024 tarot reading. This is Sagittarius Yogini. Welcome to my channel. I'm planning on posting videos every week, like weekly Tarotscopes that involve the transits that are occurring, the astrological transits, plus a a short tarot reading. As you can probably tell from the name of my channel, I'm a Sagittarian myself. I'm going to pick an additional card here. Let's see. Some cards I don't end with. I'm going to just grab all of these and then do a quick shuffle. Because, let's see, I'm going to pick the one right off the top here. Oh my gosh. I'm getting like these cards that are kind of vague, or that I don't normally do, so that's one of the reasons why. Okay, that one is more of a finality, so I've got a whole bunch of cards here. I'm going to get through these. The heart of the matter is the Ten of Wands. So the month of August, at least according to this general tarot reading, might be a month of a lot of work for some of you. And I also see relationship issues or choices in relationships. If you feel like you are carrying the load of a relationship, that should be a determining factor in whether or not you decide to stay with someone, because there's going to be a Mercury retrograde that will go into the 5th house of Leo for Sag. And that can bring back somebody from your past who contacts you. And that could be what this is. But let's look at the past position here. We have the Two of Pentacles, which is a card of maybe doing two jobs, having two different things going on, a lot of hectic activity. And so it may feel like there's a book that I have that's one of my favorite tarot books called Tarot Plain and Simple by Anthony Lewis, and he calls the Ten of Wands the burdens of success. So it's not too bad of a card as long as you pace yourself, because this card can indicate burnout if you just go whole hog, okay? And if you are in a relationship with somebody and you feel like you're doing all the work, and I would even say, I mean, this card to me is a romantic card, but in general, any kind of relationship, even a platonic friendship, where you're always calling them, you're always arranging for things to do, you want to have a more give and take type of scenario. Or maybe in the workplace, you're being put upon. And if you were generous enough to help in the past, you may find that you're taken advantage of. And the Two of Pentacles can even be that you are mulling over your options, or you've already started another job and hoping to get out of your current job because it's just too much. What's coming in is the Two of Cups. This can be in relationships, commitment in some cases, but it can in other cases it can be reunion. So going back to someone else. Also, I want to point out that there may be a these two cards like with the pentacles, if that's somebody if you're like kind of juggling two relationships, um, one may be more of a practical thing, and one may be more of an emotional thing. As a matter of fact, the card that crosses you is the Chariot card, and this is connected to Cancer. Now, Sagittarius and Cancer are two signs that are quite different. And it doesn't mean that it can't work, but it just can be a situation where the two of you have to find common ground because you might not have it. I do think if you've been trying to get somebody to commit, there's a good chance that that could happen. The Chariot can be a card of maybe getting distracted from the goal or the thing that you're trying to accomplish. Well, that is a goal, isn't it? So it's important because you may be so busy in August that you're very, I would say like organized so that you have downtime, so that you're not just work, 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 and you have nothing else to do, because you may have like the Cups card can indicate love or affection, and you may be so busy that it's hard to really invest energy into it. The outcome is the Knight of Swords, so this is like change on the horizon, and this can come in different forms. This can be like developments in your life as a whole. This is also a card of being more outspoken, and not that Sagittarians are meek and mild when it comes to talking, as we know. And I picked some additional cards, and I could have left it at this because the Seven of Swords, sometimes this is a card when it has to do with relationships, of somebody cheating. But I don't think that's the context for this. This is also about strategizing, but you're not strategizing and letting others know about it. This can be someone who is finding a way to make a getaway sometimes. So, for instance, in the workplace, it's not always the smart thing to do to announce to coworkers or your boss that you're leaving, grumbling that you're being forced to take on too much responsibility, or having to work overtime. Sometimes when you know exactly what's going on and you know it's not going to do any good, you're just like, how can I extricate myself from the situation without letting them know that I'm doing this? So it's like using your wit to get out of a sticky situation and not having to get penalized for it, in other words. I think that that's what it can be. But it can just be any kind of strategy that you're doing on your own. And so the last three cards I picked as outcome cards, the Seven of Cups. And the reason I didn't end with these cards is that there's some kind of ambiguity. Seven of Cups can be that you have a lot of options, but you're not sure which ones are good or not. Like there's a snake in one of the cups. It's kind of like, I think of like those game shows like, is it The Price is Right? I can't remember, but where they have like door number 1, door number 2. And there can be like muddled thinking. So we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups. The number 7 is connected to meditation and, the inner life, also artistic pursuits. And strangely enough, I think they say science too, which I just when I see things like that, it bugs me because I think there couldn't be two more different types of themes than that, and yet they're both connected to it. But anyway, I think it's connected to Neptune, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And there's that visionary side, but there's also the side that can get caught up in illusion. So it's very important right now in the month of August, Sag, that it's okay to be idealistic, and you know that we Sages are very idealistic, but to be realistic alongside that idealism, not to just kind of live in la la land. And we have here Five of Pentacles. So this is a good time in August to really root out any kind of self-limiting beliefs around money and it's great. When I said the word money, it was 11:11 the time. So there's this, it's interesting because Pluto is going to go back into the second house for Sag, probably in September, I'm thinking. I don't think this is bad. It's retrograding back into the second house for the last time before 20 years in the third house. And I think a lot of Sages in the last decade and a half have probably radically shifted their concept of money. There may have been some major crisis that began the whole transit for you that you had to kind of cope with, but then it kept getting good. Not that you might not have had some pitfalls along the way, but you might find yourself in a lot better place than you have been when 2008 began, because that's when Pluto went into Capricorn. And I think with, let's see, I don't know if I can. I think with the Five of Pentacles, it really is about, with the Seven of Cups, it can be about, when you're making choices of what it is that you want to do, is something holding you back? Are you focusing too much on the material instead of your passions? Because the cups relate to your emotions. And Sagittarius being fire signs, they really are passionate creatures. And I think all the fire signs, we require life to, make us enthusiastic. When we have to live that very predictable life. I mean, life can be predictable, and yet you can make it exciting at the same time. And then I'm leaving on this note. I picked so many additional cards, but the Eight of Cups, because I think this can be a spiritual quest. Leaving behind what no longer serves you. This can be a person, place, or thing. Maybe you have a habit that you feel is very pleasurable, but you know that it's dragging you down in some way. And yes, it can be difficult to kind of let go of these things, but what you gain can be so great. So keep this in mind, that you hold the key. Starting with that Ten of Wands, what are you taking responsibility for that another person should be doing on their own? Like even your boss, if you feel responsible because your boss is short-handed and you've been trying to help, but it's gone on and on, it's not your responsibility. You know, you have to think of yourself and you have to protect yourself from, too much stress too. So keep that in mind. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like a private reading, I have the link below, but it's not really a link because I'm just starting my channel. You can always contact me at metaphysicalmidwife@gmail.com and I can send you the link there. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.